Hi, my name's Kim and I am a lead artist on Rise and Shine.
Hello, my name's Dr. Louise McDowell. I'm the external evaluator looking at the impact of Rise and Shine across the 2 years.
I'm Becky Howden and I'm a HLTA at Greenacre School.
I'm Jem Clancy, I'm a Rise and Shine support artist.
I'm Ruben Whiter and I'm a Rise and Shine support artist.
Northern Ballet are storytellers and we use the art form of dance to share these stories. With our outreach on the learning team, we try to share these stories far and wide with lots of different people. In 2018, we developed a new education project focusing on health and wellbeing in primary schools called Rise, which has been really successful in supporting young people to develop their confidence, communication skills and self-expression. But we did know that this current model wouldn't easily transfer to SEND schools.
The aims of Rise and Shine are to explore the impact of a year-long music and movement intervention across 3 SEND schools, Leeds, Barnsley and Harrogate, looking at the emotional impact, the social impact and the physical impact. Also, we're looking at the efficacy of the project from the perspective of school teachers and pupils. And the last layer of that is looking at best practice across the whole programme. So what are good practices to employ when working in PMLD and SEND settings?
So we've worked with 3 different schools and we've been working with PMLD students and their staff, teachers, supporting staff. And we've been working on a movement, dance and music project. It's separated into 3 different sections. So we have Rise, which is all about exploration, creativity, learning the students and what they enjoy, what they don't like, how they communicate and finding our way in so that we can work and engage with them. Then in the And section, we have kind of taken a step back so that the school can take a step forward and support the students following the principles and models of everything we've explored and things that have been successful in the Rise section.
Our students have a quite strict curriculum that they follow, which is quite adaptive to their needs. But with the help of Rise and Shine, we have been able to meet certain targets, such as communicating choice through touch or vocalisation. We have quite a few students within our school who follow speech and language therapy. Part of that, they have intensive interaction targets. So through doing certain activities provided by Northern Ballet's Rise and Shine, students have been able to meet targets that also implement with their therapies.
Why this project? Because we are looking at profound multiple learning disability learners who live a life of restriction, bound, limitation, and what this project offers is an opportunity of freedom, of expansiveness, of choice, of agency, which often aren't built into their lives. Another key outcome of this project has been across the board looking at the astounding rates of emotional regulation that this project provides, either through a calming, a resourcing, a happiness, a joy, an anticipation of what is to come, a building of familiarity and rapport with the artists, and a managed change that has happened across the term.
I think working with PMLD students, the more kind of input that you can have, the better. So using lots of different senses and sensory resources are really helpful for finding a way to connect with the student and in turn the way that a student can connect with you.
One activity that stands out was it kind of started as a solo activity. So there was one dancer who could self-propel and her movement and capabilities in that sense were slightly stronger than in other dances. But we wanted them to do something that felt like it was in unison. So we merged a few different activities together so that we could get the final outcome for expressions. So we used bubble wrap on the floor, and this dancer self-propelled over the bubble wrap. But before that, we had an anticipation activity. So we're creating a rumble where everybody could either feel the rumble on them or they could create the rumble. This helped to build anticipation and sound again with the movement. This kind of excited the dancer. She was very excited to travel along the bubble wrap. And then after, everyone was able to celebrate that achievement in their own way. So we had the kind of inclusive ending at the end.
There's so many different ways that you can facilitate a response, and in turn they can respond to you. And so I think those activities that really open to a response were the best. I think it's really hard to talk about just one activity, especially because each of the students was so individual. So what worked with one might not work so well with the other. So I think really what was most important was the intention behind the activity. So really, I think it really worked well when we were able to have like one-to-one, maybe intensive interaction with a child, and that activity when you're completely focused on them and they're able to focus on you, and you really get that chance to build a relationship and an exchange and really understand how to connect and work with each other.
Describe an activity that worked really well.
Well, it is the star fabric. So we actually lift the star fabric over people's heads. So basically that causes them to actually reach for it.
And I think when you're kind of delivering the activity, I think the best kinds are those that involve a lot of repetition and consistency, and also where there's a chance for the child to have some autonomy, and so some say in whether they like that, they want to do that, they don't want to do that. And I think it's really powerful for this group in particular to have the experience of choice. So I feel like the best activities are those where we're offering something and they in return get to decide if they want to accept that offer, if they want to offer something of their own to that. And working in movement and music and sound and dance, there's so many different ways that you can facilitate a response, and in turn they can respond to you. And so I think those activities that really drew from the most variety and the most open to a response were the best. So without being too prescriptive, yeah, those activities that were just kind of like really allowed for the individual response were the best, yeah.
Over this academic year, we offered multi-sensory sessions to explore themes, stories and characters. Pupils visit Northern Ballet to dance in the same studios that our company dancers rehearse in, and finish the year performing on a professional stage at our inclusive dance festival called Expressions. Expressions is a celebration of that all bodies are welcome and all bodies can dance and be celebrated and move and be clapped for, essentially. And it isn't necessarily an obvious choice to invite these students to a setting which is quite formal. But the way we approach expressions is to make it comfortable and accessible for everyone who wants to perform. And of course, those participants don't have to perform. Some students were absent on the day, but we still held space for them on stage.
The best thing about the project was working with experienced, talented professionals who were able to understand and adapt activities to work with our students.
It's their faces, and it's such a magical thing, though, because they actually smiled, they laughed, they actually communicate well with us, and I think it's so great for them. They're having a lifetime of fun and enjoying themselves, and also we actually all laughed together and we actually all mucked in, and yeah, it's a bit like a family basically.
Tell us what you enjoyed seeing in the sessions.
I think it was just such a genuine privilege to be in the schools, and I just really am so grateful for all the students, all the staff, everyone here at Northern Ballet just to have been part of it. And I think for me, it's just the most amazing thing when you know that you've connected with the student and they've connected with you.